I was such a fraud. Hello, beautiful people. Thanks for watching my videos. Please don't forget to like, share, subscribe, leave a comment. I appreciate the super thanks and the donations you make to the channel through PayPal or the super thanks button. This is going to be a very interesting, I think, video. I mean, I think they're all interesting, but I like this one. And I usually don't read from them, but I'm going to do it now. There's a lady called Rhonda Garlick. She writes for the New York Times, and she also writes for The Cut. We know where we're going with this, right? She wrote recently an article at the New York Times. It's called The State of Kate, where basically I don't understand these people. Basically, she goes and says that Catherine, the Princess of Wales, is always in a waiting state. Basically, that she's Waity Katie. And it's incredible because Catherine was working. I think she was working for Jigsaw, and then because she was harassed by paps, for reals, not like with Meghan Markle. She was harassed by the paps. She had to quit because it was too much attention. Then people were saying, oh, she's using the fact that she's royally connected to get all these jobs instead of basing it on merit, right? So, and then we have Harry and Meghan Markle, well, mostly Harry, because Meghan Markle hasn't spoken a peep. Mostly Harry saying that Meghan Markle and Harry never called the royal family racist, that it was made up by the British media, in spite of the fact that the first ones who jumped on it was the USA media.
Waity Katie waiting to marry William, while I imagine that was really hard, and I can't picture what that felt like, this is not the same. And if a member of his family will comfortably say, we've all had to deal with things that are rude and racist are not the same.
So we have that Oprah repeatedly put the word race a few times, at least 3-4 times in that interview. The brown skin color of the child, the possible between two white people, one just happens to be of mixed heritage, But anyways, but this lady, and you saw in that clip how she goes, oh, she's Waity Katie. There's absolutely no doubt in my mind that this is instigated by Meghan Markle, who wants to bring back and bully Catherine to being Waity Katie. She's the Princess of Wales. She's doing kick-ass work. She hasn't stopped working since she married Prince William. She just doesn't boast about it. She gets things done, unlike Meghan Markle, who came, did nothing. But this article is actually particularly quite nasty because it puts Catherine as it's somebody with no mind, who's not smart, and who doesn't have any achievements. Meghan Markle has 0 achievements. And this is why I say the only thing that she kind of achieved, and that's not even an achievement. Everything that Meghan Markle has had has been gained by a man or given to her by a man. Her father paid for her entire education. She never has had to endure any hardship other than maybe go to bed with men because she wanted to be famous, not because she needed. It's not like she was in any financial, she was having any financial problems or was in dire straits, because somebody always took care of her. Her university is paid for by her father. So I'm just really wondering what Meghan's achievements are. Because one line, I mean, even the first job that she got, the acting gig that she got, Nickelodeon, it was, because let's face it, that would be her first one. That was Nickelodeon, that commercial that her father arranged, because she didn't get a response from, I don't know, the thing about the soap. I can't even remember that. And then the first line, I think it was in General Hospital or One Life to Live or whatever, one of the soaps, that her father arranged for her. So everything has always been, then the boyfriend that she was with, he was a producer who used to get her one-liners here and there. And then thanks to him, she got the job, the audition at Suits. And of course, she dumped him as soon as she got a little bit of a recurring supporting role in Suits. But what I'm going with this is I want you to listen to what this lady wrote. Rhonda Garlick is The Cut. I will leave the article at the bottom of the video so you can see it. Meghan Markle and the myth of happily ever after. There's a reason fairy tales always end at the wedding. There's a few points I'm going to stress in this thing here. Because he goes to judge by all the hype surrounding Harry and Meghan's retreat from royal duties, the fine parsing of their now defunct HRH titles, the coverage of Meg driving her own car or picking up a friend from the airport. You could easily imagine Megxit a cataclysm on par with, well, Brexit. Remember how they try to make Megxit be like Brexit, something terrible and racist, when it's something that the UK people willingly chose. There was a referendum, I believe. You could easily imagine Megxit, but weirdly, Megxit turns out to be a phenomenon that provides its own impossibility. What I mean is, in the end, Megxit has done nothing but re-princify its heroine, Meghan, basically. She was never a princess, maybe in her own mind. And this is the part, and this is supposed to be a professor. This is a woman who's supposed to be well educated. She's a doctor, Dr. Rhonda Gerlich, and she's a professor, she teaches. And this woman either doesn't know how to read or is incredibly stupid or ignorant. It really comes across. In renouncing her title and leaving England, Meghan Markle managed only to become even more of a princess than she was before, proving that princesshood is bigger than all of us. What? Yeah, this is a professor. Her name is Dr. Rhonda Gerlich. She writes for the New York Times and The Cut. I'll start. First of all, Meghan Markle has never held a title herself. The title that she uses as courtesy, she's married to Prince Harry, those are courtesy titles that she gets to use because she's married to him at the pleasure of the monarch. But Meghan Markle does not hold a title herself. Okay? She gets to use her husband's title by extension, but it's not her title to renounce. She has never been a princess. Okay? So for Meghan Markle to be able to give up a title, she would have to be the title holder. In this case, it would be Harry who would have to renounce the titles. And we all know that Meghan Markle, even if she held a title, she has not renounced it. She uses it for everything. Go and look. She's no longer Meghan Markle. She's Meghan the Duchess of Sussex, Meghan Duchess of Sussex, Meghan Duchess of Sussex, Meghan Duchess of Sussex. We get that all the time. In fact, she wrote letters to the Senate using the title the Duchess of Sussex from the office of the Duke and Duchess of Sussex. She calls senators out of the blue using a royal title, which is a big no-no. What people don't understand is that royals cannot be seen as partisan, politically partisan. You can't. And she's been very political and partisan, which is the worst part of it all, using her royal title. Not her royal title. I say her royal, but it's not really hers. It's Harry's title. So that's a big no. Because you cannot advocate in another country using a foreign title. It's even in the Constitution of the United States. Because Biden is in power, she has been able to get away with it without being called out for it. Okay? But now that the Speaker of the House is a Republican, I urge all of the American people to request a ratifying of that and enforcing of that article, that no American can use a foreign title while in the United States, especially not to advocate for policy changes or anything like that. So this lady, I have that. First of all, Meghan has never been a princess. She's always been a skank. She has never held a title, so she cannot give up or renounce a title she doesn't own. But even if she did, she hasn't, because she's calling herself the Duchess of Sussex at every turn. In fact, when Harry was supposed to be at that gala in New York, remember, in December, for the veterans or something like that, it was the Duchess and Duke of Sussex. And she was mainstream in spite of the fact that she wasn't the one invited. And then there's a few things that really is funny. She goes, Meghan Markle thrilled the world by seeming to reenact this story, the story of Cinderella. True, she was not a destitute servant, but a role on Suits hardly qualifies one for the nobility. Yeah, that's basically it. At least she got that one right. She didn't pawn her up to be an A-lister like many UK newspapers did. And even everybody was calling her a Hollywood A-lister or Hollywood star. Meghan Markle has never been a Hollywood star. She couldn't make it in Hollywood. This is why she ended up working. And when Suits was coming to an end and she was being written out, She went to the United Kingdom to see if she could start a reality TV show, okay, which she didn't get the role. And then when she didn't get that role, she tried to look for a rich husband, which she got, okay. But this is like Cinderella. Meghan was painted an outsider, a commoner, American, biracial, divorced. Nobody painted her biracial. She painted herself biracial. She didn't have an evil stepmother, but she certainly had troublesome relatives who played their parts well. An embarrassing father, a vindictive half-sister. But within the princess narrative, Harry, like Prince Charming, saw past all that. And this is the part that I want to get to. All of the feminists there. How Meghan is empowerment of women. Okay? He rescued Meghan, saving her from salaried employment, her family, and mid-level celebrity. Since when is working a condition to be saved from which you need saving? Working, if you're working, then everybody needs saving, not only Meghan. Everybody in the world needs saving from salaried employment, because clearly this woman thinks that working for a living is a terrible thing and something that you need saving from. He saved her from her family. If you go back and look at the TIG all over the places, she was praising her father. She went to the UN. Her agent at the time managed to get her a speaking engagement at the UN. And in that engagement, she praised her father to no end. If you look at the TIG, it was praising for her father, how he taught her to tick the boxes, make it your own box, and blah, blah, blah. Although she chose to tick the Caucasian box. She didn't make a different one. Although whenever you go to fill out formats, you have other. So you don't even need to create your box, because it always says other, or you don't wish to say, basically. So, but it's incredible. It's incredible how this woman, who's a professor, is putting Meghan as this idiot who didn't really have a job, who was a mid-level celebrity at best, and who needed saving from salaried employment. Does that sound to you like Meghan Markle was a feminist, proactive? If I were Meghan, I would be humiliated and embarrassed by this, because she needed saving from her family. You know, she needed saving from her family and saving from the mid-level celebrity. She wasn't mid-level. She was underneath, basement celebrity level. She wasn't mid-level. She wanted to be a celebrity. She was a basement celebrity level. So Harry rescued her from obscurity, from working, and from the great relationship she had with her family prior to meeting him. Because before, she couldn't say enough. She used to call Samantha Markle to ask her for advice when she was in trouble. And this is a professor. And this is why Samantha Markle is suing Meghan Markle, because everybody in the world portrays Samantha Markle as an evil person, as somebody who's vindictive. And where would people get that idea from? Now we know, thanks to the emails between Jason Kanoff and Meghan Markle, that it was through Meghan Markle. There's even a whole book, a whole chapter dedicated to trashing her own sister. And it's even more sickening that in spite of the fact that she's trashing her own sister, she chose to befriend her daughter just to harm. And because that's an emotionally and psychologically form of abuse towards Samantha Markle. The fact that Meghan went out of their way to befriend the child of the sister she didn't know. And my theory is that the reason why she befriended the child of the sister she didn't know is because she was talking to her sister. Because otherwise, Meghan Markle is insane. She was talking to her sister. Samantha Markle gave permission for her father to give her Ashley emails and details and everything. That's how they befriended, and they were talking about it. In Meghan Markle's second wedding to Trevor Engelson, when she married him, because from some parts they say this is her second marriage. When she married Trevor Engelson, in that wedding in Jamaica, Ashley was there. Samantha Markle was invited, but she didn't go because of her condition. Okay? Meghan told Ashley that Samantha had made the ultimate sacrifice, that she must have really loved her for her to give her up to have a better life and enjoy a life that she couldn't give her. So I'm asking this lady, Rhonda Gerlich, and I'm asking you, my beautiful audience and subscribers, what do you think? Do you think Meghan needed saving from working salaried employment? Because it seems to be a terrible thing to be working. This woman was a millionaire by everybody, all the sugar. So Meghan is a multi-millionaire accomplished woman. So, I mean, what do you guys think? So Meghan needed saving from her loving family, that she by herself had said that her father was loving and she had a great relationship with everybody. Not with her black side of the family. She's never mentioned that side of the family, just the white one. She needed saving from mid-level celebrity, and she needed saving from working. I don't even know where to go from this. You tell me what you think.